If you want my personal workout and diet plan, use the links below. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to explain to you guys why I'm going to end my bulk early. And there's so much to this video, it's not just about the bulk, okay? It goes so much deeper, so this is going to be really interesting. Now, you probably noticed on camera lately I'm looking really puffy, okay? It's been really irritating me because obviously once you've been like 10% body fat only like 6 months ago, it's just frustrating seeing that weight go back on because you know that's not what you look like, if that makes sense, guys. So it's just really frustrating. And I said to you guys like 6 months ago as well, I said remember me as I am now, not how I'm going to look, because I knew I was taking a step backwards in order to go forwards. And I knew that would impact perhaps supplement sales, course sales, better looking man course sales, stuff like that. You know, where people are like, yeah, but you look like you used to, you've gone, do you know what I mean? Like, you've let yourself go and all this shit. But it's just a necessary part. Like I've always said to you guys, you need to get fat and ugly before you look better. Like every time you make an improvement, you need to go backwards. And people are like, Chris, you don't need to get fat and ugly, that's insane, you can build muscle. Guys, I'm not saying, like, I'm still only 15-16% body fat. I'm not fat, okay? But I'm not saying you have to go up to 40% body fat, and people are like, oh, but then you store extra fat and it stays in the body forever. You produce more fat cells. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying 16% body fat is fatter than 10, right? So I've got fatter and uglier than I was. It's just a necessary part of, like, moving forward as a man. Like, you have to do that bulk. You have to look a little bit more grotesque. You have to lose the hollow cheeks and whatever. Like, it's just a necessary part. Like, I've felt so much water underneath here. Like, certain days I've looked and I've been like, oh my God, there's like a pouch under here. And last summer, it was just like a straight, solid jawline with so many angles. And I've been doing even more submental exercises, even more neck exercises. And it should be looking better, but because of the body fat, because of the water, it looks like shit. It is what it is, okay? But once you peel all that shit off, the results then speak for themselves. And this is one thing that actually worries me on this channel, okay? It worries me with a lot of young men, is that they don't have a lot of vision. So even though I'm where I am now, I know what it's going to look like in summer, and I'm thinking, shit, it's going to be even better than last year. Like, wait, but every time I reveal like a body transformation or something where I finally get down to like 10% body fat and I say to you guys, here we go, people are like, fuck, that was overnight. I just didn't think you looked like that. Or, damn, your orthotropics is actually working. I thought it was all bollocks. It's like, guys, you've got to trust in the process. You've got to have that vision, because I can make myself look fatter, uglier. I'm not doing cardio for the whole of, well, the last like 5 months or so, and it's like my lymphatic system just isn't draining under here. My skin's not as good as it was. And people will look at you and be like, you're puffy, you know, your face is round, you've got, you know, you don't look as good as you used to. But you've got to trust in that process, because I'm constantly saying, okay, this is good because I'm clearly getting results, but at the same time I'm working on that so that when the time comes in 6 months and I combine that, and it all fuses together, you know, the results are going to be there, but they're going to be 10x on what they were last summer. Great, okay, let's put this in place. The whole thing is a process, guys, but I feel as though, like, I don't care what you say about me, okay? Like, I'm pushing forward on my own goals. I know where it's going to go, and that's all that matters. My concern is, if you're deploying that mentality and you'll be like, huh, you still look the same, and you've got that mentality, then what are you doing in your own life? Because I don't think that mentality gets you to the end. I think that's a quitter's mentality, where like 2 or 3 months in, you're just going to be like, oh, I look puffy, I'm going to quit, Chris was wrong. It's like, no, I told you, you have to get fatter and uglier before you look better. It's just a necessary part of a male life. Like, once you leave 10% body fat, you just look worse. But you have to do it in order to bulk. My bulk this time, my neck was too small, my legs were tiny. In my opinion, I thought they were too small. So I wanted to really attack the legs. I was doing 3 times per week. I was doing neck exercises at the end of every other session. I worked on my arms quite a lot. I did biceps a fair bit. Not as much as I would have liked to. I'll probably attack them throughout the spring and summer. Back I didn't train at all because it was already too big. And chest I really attacked quite a bit. And I feel as though The picture I'll bring up on screen, I'll do another video tomorrow or something in the actual gym, like end of bulk video, because the picture I'll bring up on screen now, that was a leg day, so my upper body doesn't, look puffed out, which is what you're supposed to do at the end of a bulk, make yourself look as big as possible. But that was a leg day, and that was probably like a month ago as well, so I'm significantly bigger now in my opinion. I feel like I've padded on another like 2% body fat and a bit more muscle. And I'm about 2 kg heavier. I've been whacking the creatine in, so I'll do something tomorrow so you can see the end of bulk. But the picture on screen now shows you like how much bigger I am at the moment compared to when I cut in summer. Okay, so it was necessary, especially the legs. The legs, I think my legs are double the size. I think my neck might be like double the size. My traps are definitely double the size. Shoulders, I've attacked them like crazy. I think shoulders are much bigger. The triceps, to be fair, a little bit bigger. But yeah, it was mainly legs. I had to get glutes and legs bigger because they were pathetic in my opinion. Made me look really thin. I wanted that solid base. And by increasing that testosterone, it shot everything up through the roof. So that's why I bulked again. And I didn't really want to. I was very reluctant to do it because I was enjoying being sexy, quite frankly. Okay? And this is one reason why I'm going to stop this bulk early, is I was going to do 6 months, and then I was going to do 2 months of maintenance to make sure I secured all those gains, which would have probably taken me to like April, May, yeah, about May. So my first month of cutting would have been June, July, August, September, October, November, I would have started seeing 10% body fat, like serious results. It was too late. Okay, and I know I always say to you guys, don't cut for summer. Don't, try and get in shape just for summer because you'll end up rushing it and ruining your gains. The only exception to that rule is if you've already done that for like 3-4 years running, because that's what I've been doing. I've just been bulking, cutting whenever it fell within the calendar. I've been going into maintenance for like 2 months, like helping, like making sure that the gains are cemented, and then pushing forward from there. And I've built up a really good frame. Okay, so what's different this year? Why have I changed my mindset? Why have I said, fuck it, let's go for it? If all goes well, there's some very small hiccups that I just need to get over. The agents have told me it should take like 48 hours. So hopefully if we get those boxes ticked, we get past that. I'm going to be in my new penthouse February 1st. Now, it's not the penthouse that I showed you guys the other day, the one in London for 8 million. Everyone was like, congratulations. I didn't say I had that place. I don't know where that came from. That's my law of attraction place. And in order to afford a place like that, I'd have to earn about 32 million with post-tax and to have money left, whatever. So there's a crazy theory. But the penthouse that I should be moving into, I'll bring up some pictures now on screen. I'll show you. This is what I'm going to build my life setup videos around, okay? I'm going to build a ton of them around that. I'm rebuilding my social life, which is a video that should be coming soon. I'm going to build them all around this penthouse and why I've decided to move into this place, why I've decided to, choose the area that I'm going to, etc. I'll break it all down, okay? But with this place being put in place, if you would, it means that my life's about to change, okay? I have to rebuild my social life. I'm going to start enjoying myself more. I've done all the hard work. I've done bulk, and I'm back on my cut right now, or maintenance at least. I've done the hard work. I'm 29. Let's enjoy a summer. I'm thinking, because I'm paying rent on this place, because I'm not a believer in mortgages until you don't need the lump sums to push things forward, okay? And this place is going to cost me £1,450 per month. Well within my 10% budget that I told you guys about before, that 10% of your expenditure going out, based on what you're earning. And that's actual profits. That's all good. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I am in this place for the whole summer and I look like shit and I'm puffy and whatever, then what sort of life setup is that? Like, you might have the best place ever. You might have it all perfectly set up. But without the lack of puffiness, without the low body fat percentage, without looking at my best, okay, with adding a tan, like I said, add in the low water retention, add in the new clothes, sounds crazy because I got SMP, but I can get the sides and the back shaped up so it's like a skin fade, without getting my beard all shaped up because I've been shaping it up myself for like the last 7-8 years, without going for like facials and stuff like that. Like, I can combine all of that once I like do the cut, and I can be like the best possible version of myself. Plus the live setup, it brings it all together. Like, because I've told you guys before, imagine being like a multi-millionaire but you're morbidly obese. Like, it kind of ruins the whole thing. So I want to like make sure, if I'm paying $1,450 per month, I want to make sure for the like 6-7 months of sunlight we're about to get, you know, in late nights and whatever, where the sun like stays out till like 8 o'clock at night, I want to make sure that I'm in the perfect position to take advantage of this. And you guys know exactly what that means. I'm talking about women, I'm talking about, you know, looking good on camera, content, like just, you know, the flamboyant stuff, and mainly women, you know, get-togethers, parties, whatnot. I just want to really enjoy it. I've worked my bollocks off. I've put everything in place. It's my time to shine now. It's my time to enjoy myself. So I know exactly what to do. I've got a course on how to become a better looking man. I know what to do with body fat, water retention, all this other shit. I'm back on the dandelion extract now, guys. So, you know, sipping away on that. And it's just like, the wheels are in motion, okay? And if I'm going to do my natural diuretic supplement, I want to be 10% body fat, lean, sexy. I want to be looking my best. I want my face to be solid. So like I want to bring on like the hollow cheeks back, make it like more enhanced, whatever. Obviously, like I said, this setup here is just not good. Like when I turn that light on, which I haven't got on today, it makes my face look wide and puffy and bloaty. And it's just not good for my life setup. Like when I'm posting on socials and stuff like that, I just don't like the way it looks. It's not good for business. So like moving into this new place, being lean, water retention, you know, all the other stuff that I've done, bringing out the submental gains and the neck gains that I've been working on relentlessly. I just want to bring all that together and just kind of like look at you guys on camera on that day and just be like, on, let's say May 1st, at the end of May, whatever, just look at you on camera and be like, I told you so. Like I told you I would pull this off. I told you everything would be put in place. Look at me with the dream life. Look at me going from a 1 to a 10. I did it. Do you know what I mean, guys? That's what I want to do. Or, like I said, I was a 2 or a 3 back in the day, but I want to be in that position where I'm like, I have the perfect life. I've built all of that. And if I've got all that in a success sense, and I've got this lavish penthouse, and I'll bring up a render as well, actually. Like, this is how I want the garden to look. Obviously, the background's a bit different, but this is how I want, like, the penthouse kind of... It's like a terrace garden rooftop. I want to turn it into like a rooftop bar vibe. I just think it would be so fucking cool. Do a few podcasts out there in front of the fire. Open up the 2 double doors and just have it like indoor, outdoor, penthouse, like rooftop vibe. Do you know what I mean? I just think that'd be so cool, like a rooftop bar. If I've got all that in place and I'm bothering to spend the money and I've worked this fucking hard over all these years, well, I want to be in shape to enjoy it, because I just feel as though it would just put it all to waste. So in order to do that, I don't want to rush. Now, if I were to, my plan was, this is my first plan, I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to continue bulking for January and February. I'm going to go into maintenance for March, and then I'm going to cut for May, June, July. And I started adding it up, and I was like, it doesn't match. Okay, I'll finish my bulk for January. February, I'll go into maintenance. Then I've got March, April, May. And I was like, there's still a bit of a rush. So I was talking to Hamza, because he understands this shit. Obviously, like, we're in the same industry. And he was like, bro, the thing is, 16% body fat isn't you anymore. Like, it used to be fine. It used to be great progress, Chris. Do you know what I mean? But he was like, now you're an elite man. You're at a level, I don't know if you use those words. I think I'm just blowing smoke up my own ass. But, you know, he was saying you're at a higher level now where you don't need to be 16% body fat. That was fine back then, but now a man like you in your position shouldn't be going above 12. And I was like, yeah, that's why this was my final ever bulk. Like, I just had to do it for the legs and, like, the neck, the whatever. I know you can bulk in maintenance or gain in maintenance, but I just needed to really get it done. So I've done that now, done what I needed to do. And I think Hamza's right. I don't think I'll ever go above 12% body fat ever again, because I don't like it anymore. After experiencing what the other side was like, I don't like it. And I've done what I needed to do. Anything that I was gaining in the next few weeks, months, whatever, was just going to be fat. I feel as though I've kind of peaked in that sense. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm like 89, 90 kg, 16% body fat. Do you know what I mean? That's fine, guys. Because by the time I cut, if I'm like 85, 86 kg, probably more, probably like 86 kilograms, 10% body fat, 6'2". What more do you want? Okay. And then I'm in maintenance and I'm enjoying life. That's fine. And I saw a guy at the gym who's, I trust so much. Like, he's top expert. He's just fucking genius at this shit. He's done competitions and all sorts. And he was like, if I was you, he actually said to me, he said, you still got the hollow cheeks and all that shit. I don't think he said hollow. He said sunken in cheeks or something like that, which I can't see as much as, do you know what I mean? When you're getting puffier, you're like, fuck, I feel so ugly. It's just mentally, it's not nice. But he was like, you still got like, you still look lean. Your bulk was clean. You still look pretty good. He was like, if I was you, I'd go into maintenance, get on the water retention, ingredients, whatever, see how much sucks out of your face immediately and out of your body, and see if you secretly were 14% body fat. It's just you look like 16 because of the carbs and the puffiness. Bring your carbs back down to that 100 to 150 range that you like thrived in last summer. Maintain those gains by lifting heavy and just go straight into it now. Maintenance straight away, and adds in 2 or 3 cardio sessions at the end, like 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes max, and just start draining the lymphatic system and getting your skin back to normal, increasing blood flow, retaining some level of health, and then see how you appear. And I was like, okay, let's do this. So I've been doing this for like 3-4 days already. And straight away, I already feel a lot more leaner, a lot clean. I feel like I've got more energy. That the insulin spike from the carbs isn't slowing me down. So I'm so happy again, guys. It's making me feel better. And I know by May, 10% body fat with a tan up on that rooftop, I just feel as though I can bring it all together. Some nice clothes, etc. So that's sort of where my mind's at. Not to, try and talk too much about myself, but that's kind of the point of the video, I guess. But to tell you guys where my mind's at this year. I really want to make an impact this summer. I kind of want to just bring it all together and be like, see, told you so. So it's going to be maintenance now. I'm going to gauge the maintenance in February. And if it, because halfway through February, it will be a month of maintenance. That should be enough. And at that point, this guy at the gym said to me, if you're still losing like kind of weight on the scales and you're cutting in maintenance, he was like, just continue maintenance. Because your body is clearly responding to that. He said if you hit like a stagnant point, then, introduce a 200, 300 calorie deficit, 400, whatever. Like just gauge it slowly, just keep adding 100 calories and just see how your body's responding on the scales and how you look based on the eye test and whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. And then that gives me half of January, it gives me February, it gives me March, it gives me April. That's like 3.5 months, guys. And then into May, halfway through May, I should be like 10% body fat, which then gives me half of May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so we're looking at like 4.5, 5 months of 10% body fat, maybe even 9. I think I'll probably be able to peak 9 this year. With the penthouse apartment, with a great life, with the sun being out, with COVID not being what it was, in the previous years, I think things will be back to normal for the first time. I'm going to take advantage. My male advantage starts now, okay? February 1st, my male advantage starts. I always say 30 to whatever. It's like 7-8 months before I turn 30. My male advantage starts February 1st. That's when it begins, okay? It's going to start turning. It's going to start getting put into place. I've done all the hard work now. Hopefully this is inspiration for you guys. Hopefully it explains why I'm going back to maintenance and then cutting phase. And, hopefully it also helps a lot of you guys with your mental struggle when it comes to bulking, because it isn't nice, okay? You see yourself packing on muscle, you feel good. Other guys are like, you're looking jacked, bro. It's lonely, though, because you kind of just look puffy, okay? You just don't look as good as you used to. You just kind of, yeah, there's still female attention, but it's not, like, I know in myself it could be so much higher. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a rounded face. It's like, I'm in that danger zone, okay? I explained this to you guys before, how, like, certain guys are really, really handsome naturally, and they can drink like 2 or 3 beers and nothing happens. Like if I drink 2 or 3 beers, I wake up the next morning like all like bloaty down here, just gargling fucking saliva, just look terrible, just full of water. So that's what happens when you get to like 15-16% body fat. Like one single drink can make you look puffy the next day. Whereas when I was at 10% body fat, I could go out and get drunk, wake up the next day and just be like, I still look good. And I'm in that danger zone now, that fucking 15-16% body fat where, if like over Christmas I had a little bit of cheese and a bit of wine, red wine, just a little bit on like, I think it was Christmas Day. And I woke up the next day and I was like, I look like a moose. I just look like a seal face, okay? There's no features, there's no angles, I've got seal face. I look like Snorlax, right? It was just ridiculous. And that's what I want to like batter through now. And for you guys, like that mentality is horrible. It's necessary, because you're adding, long-term benefit to your body with the bulk. But it's horrible. It's just a horrible phase in your life. So the big changes coming, guys. It should be exciting. I really want to be that like role model again for you guys. Like I said, remember me as I was, not as I am. Okay, well, get ready, because the next 6 months is going to be a complete game changer, a massive turnaround. And I think a lot of people are going to be shocked. I'm looking forward to it. If you want my personal workout and diet plan, use the links below.